Today, we are facing a mindset that, whether intentionally or not, censor a massive reality behind the slogan "No to War." To those chanting "No to War," I ask you something. Do you know that just weeks ago, the Islamic Republic slaughtered tens of thousands of Iranian protesters using weapons of war? Do you know that in the Islamic Republic's ideology, the destruction of the West, the collapse of the US, and wiping Israel off the map are considered divine goals? Do you know that when the Oslo Accord brought a glimmer of peace to Palestine, it was the Islamic Republic that helped assassinate the architect of that peace and brought war back to the region by funding Hamas? The record of this regime is clear. They murdered tens of thousands of Syrian civilians to keep Assad in power. They armed the Houthis to ignite a sectarian war, later tasking them with destabilizing international shipping lanes. And they have repeatedly massacred their own people in 2009, 2019, and 2022, crushing even the smallest protesters with little force. The Islamic Republic craves war. For 47 years, they have shouted the slogans against the world while draining the nation's wealth to fund global terrorism, export the revolution, train oppressive forces, build missiles, and pursue nuclear weapons. To those of you who blame the United States of America and Israel, do you realize that intentionally or not, you are standing with a regime that has been at war with the world and its own people for nearly half a century? A regime with the blood of millions on its hands? When we talk about war, we must look at the both sides. No one likes war. It is devastating. The US and Israel were not looking for a costly conflict in the Middle East. But when a regime repeatedly vows to wipe you off the map, can such an entity be stopped by anything other than force? Doesn't it tell you something when so many Iranians, even while under the threat of bombs and missiles, are expressing support and thanking leaders like Trump and Netanyahu? Iran is a hostage of the terrorist regime. The Iranian people are so desperate for freedom that many are willing to risk their lives and property just to see the regime weakened and dismantled. If you look at the full picture, you realize that "No to War" is an incomplete sentence when it comes to the Islamic Republic. The full sentence should be "No to a regime that is at war with both its own people and the entire world." I hope the United States and Israel do not stop until the last pillars of this regime are brought down for the freedom of Iran and the victory of light over darkness.